have one up.
Content
Um,
material?
it should be
Campaign note.
this. Is it the same? The same link should work.
Let's see.
Oh, that's right. It's in the Discord.
It's at the dock.
You are on the
I
dock.
think-
Yes, I made a little dock map for everybody.
You did.
I sure did because there's a good
Oh,
chance you guys
boy.
are about to throw hands.
I
Oh
like
wow,
the
this
hand.
looks great. Bobby, this looks awesome.
Could have just walked.
Shout out
That
to
is
Google Images.
Oh man, this looks fun.
I did
Really some good dock.
figure out that I can make maps on that
Oh, nice.
chat GTP bullshit, so that is
Right.
super exciting. I was fucking around. I was actually using it to build some rooms in Dragonspear Castle.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Yeah, you guys ready for some docking?
Oh yeah.
that's this episode's title is Dock or No Docking. All right, so a super quick recap. Last session, the group befriended the dock workers. They shared in a little beer, gambling, and some astral powder. They took a short trip to the astral planes where they were all greeted by a beautiful nebula of strange visions of the past, present, and future. Stalked by an astral dreadnought, they snapped back to reality in time, just in time. The next morning came and it was time to spring into action. You went to the docks. Your dock worker friends kind of pointed you towards Quintus's boat. With him nowhere to be seen, Ben crafted 2 barrels, loaded Brunier and Zip in, began swapping them out into the boat as Quintus came back and began shouting at you guys. So, what we're gonna do, certain sessions gives me a lot of anxiety, some don't at all. This one did because I have been struggling with what the fuck is gonna happen here. So, what we're gonna do first
Whoops.
is I want Claudia. I'll roll. Does somebody want to roll? I'll probably roll for Doxson if you guys want. So
I would
I'm
think that we could use him for combat, obviously. But I guess a lot of like the main story things or like stuff that has to do with his character, like we'll just pass over.
yeah.
Kind of.
Let's think that he's one of our higher charisma rollers that speaks.
Right.
Oh, we're actually using it. I'm sorry, I was thinking like it's like Goxon is disconnected from the server for a minute.
No. Well, I mean, he's in the middle of all of this, and he was kind of at the core of your plan, being the like charisma character.
Tell Jeremy he died.
Yeah, charisma's my dump stat.
Whoops.
Yeah, right. So I have a quick question for you guys. If I were to do, so what I wanted to do, because I'm not familiar with the character sheet specifically on D&D Beyond, what I want to do is I'm going to roll perception for Quintus, because you guys were in the middle of kind of putting Brunier and a Zip on the boat when he came over. So I'm going to do his perception versus the average of the 3 of you doing like a sleight of hand to see how that timing worked, if he saw you guys moving barrels or something to that effect. So the question that I had is, how do you bring up like his sleight of hand?
You go into
under skills.
Oh, you do have the sheet open, Bobby?
Yeah, so it's under skills, and then it just has a list of everything, and then you just click on sleight of hand.
So you could click on the number or the stat, and it'll. If you click on the number, it does a roll. If you click on the stat, it just explains what it is.
Okay.
Or you just roll and add the modifier.
Yep, I think it should add it automatically.
Okay, so he rolled very poorly. He rolled a. Actually, I'll roll.
Shit.
I'll roll my actual dice, and I won't keep it in the hands of.
Who decide?
Okay.
And we're rolling too.
Yeah, so we're gonna have Claudia. Who was it? Claudia, Goxon, and Ben roll sleight of hand.
14.
Sleight of hand is like one of my best things. Can't be sleight of hand if I'm in a barrel.
I got an 11.
Okay. Goxon got a 12. And Josh, what was yours?
14.
Okay, that's easy. You guys got off lucky. Quintus rolled a 5 for his perception. So
Hell yeah.
he comes around the corner and he sees you guys in the middle of like touching barrels, but he doesn't know whether or not you're taking them, putting them back. Like he's not. He just sees you touching stuff. He sees the three of you like kind of in the boat. So he begins running towards you guys, screaming and shouting. He looks over to the other boats on the dock, kind of looking for the three dock workers, Mel and the other two, as like they're supposed to be watching the boat. He doesn't see them,
Whoops.
and they're actually hiding behind like crates off in the distance because they know like they can't be associated with like this shit, so they're just kind of ducked away. So he is making a break for you guys, running and screaming. He turns and like goes to get a guard and then remembers what is on the boat and realizes like he can't bring the guards into it, so then he turns and is coming back to you guys. So this part is where I like really have no clue. Is there something the three of you, Ben, Claudia, and Goxon, want to do to like de-escalate this as he's running away?
What I'm
You-
thinking is just like start name dropping. It's like you're I know who you're Quintus. I know who you are. Mel
We need him
knows who we
alive,
are.
right?
Zabler knows who we are. Koval, they all know who we are. We are part of the Thieves Guild. We're here to just observe
Smooth things. We're
the
smoothing things
transactions
over.
today. We're here to be extra manpower just in case there's attacks, because there has been attacks. So that's kind of like
Right.
what I was thinking. Like we'll just kind of like, here's the people that you know, that we know. They know
Like we were
here,
checking the barrels to make sure.
nothing was tampered with.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're letting him get to the boat with you, and then you're gonna kind of just
Yeah.
like basically lie to him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Play
so
on
he-
the role.
I was gonna say if Claudia's getting ready to do that, I think Ben would catch on, and he's gonna like he's gonna actually like ignore Quintus and keep checking the barrels like he's supposed to be doing this.
I love
Okay.
Like he's just yelling. I was like, I'm just doing my job, man.
Bernier's gonna fart on accident while in the barrel.
Ben shifts and goes to Ben shifts to another barrel.
All right, so he's gonna run over, and you're basically telling him that you're just there to help, like you're just part of like the dock workers,
Yeah,
like
I
extra hired.
could RP it. Like I'll just like act it out. Be like,
I just see Goxon T-posing on the He's not doing anything.
Well, what I was gonna say is that you're basically doing a deception roll, but I will say like you can use, just for the sake of like Jeremy not being here and for the sake of ease, Claudia can use her voice, and then I know you have a negative in charisma, so we can just say that maybe like Goxon said it and have him roll for the deception instead. Like we'll just kind of work that all together.
Can I get advantage for being able to name drop everyone that we're able to name drop?
I would say yeah, between everybody kind of, yeah, I would say roll a deception with advantage. And if you want, you can use Goxon's, and his deception is +3.
Okay. So I'm gonna see Quintus coming over. I'm gonna like kind of wave him over, like, come on, like, where were you? What's taking so long? Like, get over here. Like we're doing our job, or are you doing your job right now?
Okay, so he's gonna
wave him over, like, and I'll be like, Quintus, correct?
Okay, so he's gonna walk over, initially mad and ready to like, you could see he's like holding his quarterstaff, like he was ready to just start like fucking you guys up. but he's a little confused by the fact that like you haven't engaged with that, and like you're just going through the barrels, checking everything.
Yeah,
and
Ben
he's just,
has his back turned to him and is doing the thing where when you see barrels, you just shake the barrel. Like you're not actually doing anything to the barrel, but you are shaking the barrel.
so he's going to walk over and he's like, "Who the fuck are you guys? Like, what are you doing? Why are you in my boat? Where's Mel? Where's the regular guys?"
So we're with Mel and Koval and Zalar, and we're a part of the Thieves Guild, and we're here to just make sure everything goes smoothly with all the recent violence outbreaks in the area. Where's extra manpower? We're just going through to make sure that the inventory is intact, nothing was tampered with, and then we'll join you on your journey back to Daggerford.
That's what Goxon sounds like.
Ben is going. Ben wants to support you, but he doesn't like. Ben wants to turn around and support you, and he's gonna look at Claudia and like tap his wrist, like we're running out of time. Like we need to
Yeah,
go.
you're right. We're running out of time as it is. So,
Josh, I don't want to tell you how to bard, but you do have bardic inspiration.
please.
I
First roll
forgot
of the
about
five.
that. So here's the thing. Excellent point. So here's the thing. Bardic inspiration, because I haven't had a chance to use it yet. Mine is different now. So
Okay.
hold on give me 1 second. Yes. So I'm gonna post it in campaign notes because it's. So when I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Claudia, but it has a new ability now called Motive Potential.
Okay.
And basically what it does is it makes a small, hard to see magical thing appear near someone, and it pops when it's used. But if they want to do an ability check or a saving throw, oh, sorry, this is the wrong information. Whoopsie, sorry.
No, you're good.
Wow. Do you even bard?
Apparently not.
Oh.
The
I
sad
could be
thing is-
doing better.
The sad thing is he's like an barter.
I'm just
Give me 1 second. Where are my rules?
Stronger, faster, better, barter.
Come on.
when we're saying barter, it sounds like we're just saying farters.
That's fine. It gives
Bard.
me time to do
Duh.
things that I didn't get to do.
Bard.
Here we go. Sorry about that, folks. Disregard that last one.
All good.
And here, yeah, this is it. So, if you do an ability check, you can add the Bardic Inspiration. That's the same. Actually, never mind. So an ability check is the exact same fucking thing. It's for combat that it does something else. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're good.
You're good. I'll take that bardic inspiration. You
So
can just
yeah,
whistle.
Yep.
while you work.
No, I was gonna say like I do like a work song and I pull out my recording and be like boop, which looks really strange in context, but you know whatever.
You do like a version of shipping up to Boston, but it's like shipping up to the airport.
You know what? In my mind, I imagine he does that thing that Willy Wonka does when a kid dies in the factory.
Oh.
Like a little hand.
He just has a little fucking.
Yeah, it's a little fucking penny whistle. Quintus gonna be over there like, what the fuck?
I really wish I had like a little tiny flute or something, or like a fucking
Yeah, like a slide
Right.
whistle.
slide flute.
When I was working on what instrument Binge to use, I was trying to figure out the dumbest instrument possible.
Okay, so with my -1, I got a 5. Am I using Gaxon's +3?
Yeah, use a +3.
And I
We'll
got
say
a
it was. Okay, and is that with his bardic inspiration?
That's not, 'cause I don't know what to roll. Which die is it?
I think it's a
Let's see.
1d4, right? Unless it
The
went up.
creature. Let me check. Oh yeah, I was like, I gotta look this up. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Rainier's trying to whisper to a Zip, like, "What's going on? What do you see? What do you see?"
I'm trying to be as quiet and as still as possible. I'm sweating bullets because it's hot as fuck, and I'm like
And then
low key seasick. Like You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seasick, you haven't even left the
Hurry up.
dock.
He like
Yeah, we just got here. The bardic inspiration is a D6.
D6.
Oh,
ooh.
nice.
Yeah. Ooh.
There's the normal dice. Always forgot that.
It would really help if I got to use it more often.
So a 9 plus 5 is 14.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, I rolled insight for him, and I'm rolling really bad today, so he rolled an 8. So he kind of looks at you guys and like narrows his eyes, and he's like, I wish somebody told me that they were changing it up.
It changed the dog.
Told you, dude, I'm out of my element in this house.
I mean, it's
Fucking-
this guild. We gotta keep you on our toes.
Yeah.
Make sure no one's zipping into the supply. It's been light as of late.
So he kind of just like scratches his head, and he's like, are you guys coming with me all the way down there together in this tiny boat, or are you taking it by yourselves?
So
Ben, can we...
side, I was gonna say, strategic talk. I thought the reason we weren't killing him or knocking him out was because we didn't know how to get to Daggerfall.
But also, like, if we go with him on the boat, we'll know where all the drop-off points are. Like, we get really good
information.
surveillance data that way.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's like I know we're just learning the route,
Yeah.
and yeah, we need his information for the drops.
Yeah.
Maybe once we get him on the boat, we can fucking turn on.
Drown him.
No, we
just
need information first.
hog tie him and throw him in the water. Fuck everything he's been up.
No, we need to sit back and let him show us
Yeah,
where he goes.
Once we get to his final stop where we know the Thieves Guild is, then I'll burst out of this stupid.
Okay.
room.
Because I was
That's
gonna,
the plan.
unfortunately, my creation is not big enough. I can make a boat later. I can't do it now. It's I would make a very
That's
tiny boat.
badass.
That'd be so cool,
Ooh, how could you not? No, just kidding.
Creation stuff comes in really late, unfortunately.
of course.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable to me.
So
And we all fit on this boat.
we are gonna go on the boat with him.
It,
Well,
it sounds
yeah.
like we're all gonna attempt to fit on the same boat together.
go on this one single double wide boat, a rowboat. It's a rowboat.
Whatever.
Tiny
It's
boat?
a
So
little sailboat.
so it has 3 seats, one in the middle, one in the front, one in the back, and the barrels are kind of globbed in the front and back. So I would say there's probably enough for you guys to squeeze in. One person at the front, one person at the back, kind of crammed in uncomfortably with the barrels, and then 3 people kind of shoulder by shoulder in the center. So it's enough to get down there. It definitely is going to be like an uncomfortable ride down there.
I say, let's get to know Quintus.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I agree.
Ben is since well, I was gonna say since Gox is technically not doing anything. Ben is gonna grab Claudia on the shoulder, like pull her into like a hug, kind of, and like we're your like people, but he can't say anything.
Hi, baby.
So Claudia is gonna help Quintus. Well, the orders we were given were to stay with you the entirety of your route and just see how you handle deliveries, make sure nothing goes awry. So we're going with you.
No. Bobby, question for you.
Yes.
Is this working on like regular RPG rules or like adventure game rules where if someone falls in the water they die instantly, like Assassin's Creed?
So I definitely haven't been looking at encounters in the water to figure out what is in the water.
I was thinking about it because I think if we definitely want to either knock him out or get rid of him by the time we get there, and I've been trying to figure out, I was like, if they just push him in the water, does he just die? I wasn't sure.
Typically, if you knock somebody out and throw them in the water, they kind of drown.
No, I mean like
Oh, yeah.
like in Assassin's
Are they,
Creed,
like, death
if you're
saving
fighting
rolls?
someone near a lake
Like,
and you throw them into the
instantly?
water, they just die instantly because they didn't want to put swimming in the game.
I mean,
Well,
no,
He helps could swim.
if you just throw
Yeah, I
him in
think
the
it depends on the
water,
race, too.
Fair enough.
he's an elder
Looking
wood.
at the elf character.
So
Yeah,
he is
like
an
I said, yeah,
elder
turn on
wood
the
elf, but you
Okay.
can see that he is like he's that weird mix of like he's old, so his skin is like elastic, but he is still very fit. From
No, I was
going up and down these rivers and all that stuff. So
I
like
was I
he
was
can
thinking about
swim.
spilling He cans. Okay, I was thinking about spilling like ball bearings and accidentally shoving him off the boat by accident or something stupid.
You just want to throw ball bearings at people.
We need
I have 1,000 of them. That's what the thing you. That's the amount you have to buy them. Okay. It sounds like we'll ride the boat and we'll figure out what to do with Quintus when
Okay.
we get there.
Okay. I wish
Wait,
I
Ben
had.
has a bunch of ball bearings on him. Is that?
I did. I bought them when we went shopping because I thought that was hilarious because I'm gonna play them like they're a bunch of marbles that he has.
Oh my god. That's
Yeah, we're
great.
gonna do some. I can do some Home Alone antics.
I mean, ball bearings
no idea.
won't do anything in
Can't
the water.
I have so
No,
many.
I want to spill them all over the boat and then like accidentally fall on them and shove him off the boat.
Oh, okay.
I just wasn't sure if he touches the water and dies instantly. I have no idea how it works.
No, he won't. That won't
Damn.
happen. He will
He's gonna
not.
be like, "Hey man,
I mean, if you knock him out and throw him in the water, he will drown.
Yeah,
We'll
no.
We'll drown that boat when we get to it. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's to come.
That's tomorrow. That's End Journey's problem.
That's your DM's problem.
That's your problem.
Is Quintus on the boat yet, or is he on the dock? Actually, I guess.
So I would say as we're all figuring this out and I'm looking at Cool River Monsters, I would say he's loaded onto the boat and he's kind of like, you can tell he's annoyed as shit that he has to like cram onto this and like drag you guys down to Daggerford. So that's it. You're just hopping on the boat and just making your way down there, making your way downtown. Faces passing your homebound.
Is our business? I guess is our business done here? Otherwise, would I think so.
behold, Toby.
Oh,
Oh, what's their name?
This is Hades.
Oh,
no.
Hades?
Yep, Hades. And
Love
then I
it.
got
Love it.
after the Greek gods or something. Hades. I got Jupiter.
Oh,
Nice.
I love
Oh
it.
my goodness, you're so cute. Sorry.
Hades
love
and
it. Oh, that's
Pluto?
What'd you say?
Some good kitties.
Oh, I said Hades isn't Pluto. Is that their middle name?
Yeah. He's
I
a
think
cute
Roman,
one.
right? It's like the planet. Greek is.
oh,
like,
that would be a good idea.
Hades.
The Greek and Roman names
Yeah.
for two cats. I like that.
I have no idea. My man's he did all that.
That's right. I know. Like Kelby's really into Greek mythology.
Any.
Right?
Any.
All mythology.
Whatever.
Edith Wharton is sacred in this house. Is our business concluded in town before we leave? I can't think of anything.
I don't think we had any business. I think this was our business.
Yeah, no. I think
derailing
it'll
the
just be, like,
campaign was our
side stuff.
business. Okay. Ben's gonna get on the boat and awkwardly attempt to fit somewhere
Oh
on
my
this
god!
boat.
Look at me. I'm covered in it too.
I didn't know. Just...
All
I'm
right,
picturing like your AI character just getting on the boat, just all
I'm
lanky.
just like, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm trying to see a custom character clipping into the boat.
Yeah, that's
Bernier pulls out his like water skin that was filled with ale, but it's like you'd think he's like lost at sea for like the past like 3 months. It's just so hot in the barrel. He's got those last year's ale.
Ale.
I'd like to imagine he's
Dehydrating himself.
Yeah.
he's like so cramped it falls to the side. He can't get it because his arms are stuck.
Yeah, exactly. But he's like also trying to be stealthy too.
All right,
Those
I
are
guess
known for.
I guess we get on the boat. Oh, that's right, and Goxon's there too. Goxon is also T-posing on the boat.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm imagining Goxon just like, well, he's a lizard. I'm just imagining him like floating in the water like an iguana behind the boat for some reason. I'm just like,
That sounds
he's
so
not-
refreshing.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be
I don't-
a
he's
aquatic
not a-
iguana right now. I see the
Oh my-
sword.
Careful, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Can't tell if Bobby Schroeder or not. Nope, no, he's not.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make this session interesting, but
Oh, you're
Make-
fine.
making
Were
an
you not
encounter.
catching a riverboat trip?
Well, if
I
anything, we
don't
could
know.
just have him go stops while we take information.
So
Do we-
Yeah, we can
Yeah, maybe
we can
Do
chat.
we
like
roll-
a rival gang.
So I thought of something now that I was trying to figure out, but it's not a big deal. So we are so you guys hop on the boat. cram in. Ben's got his knees up to like his ear.
I just want to add, I when we were talking about sailing on the boat, all I could hear was the fucking surf theme from Pokemon Silver.
All out.
So I don't think you guys can see it. I did think a lot about travel in this campaign, and I did come up with like a general idea of travel from town to town, that we'll probably implement in the future. Where I forget what it was, but I think I had every on the world map that I put up. I switched us to if you use your ruler. I was thinking about something along the lines of I think it was every 2 feet would be 1 hour worth of travel.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that would probably work. Because I don't know if it would. I don't know if it would be like a. I don't know if it would be like a 1-for-1. Because that seems a little excessive. So I think just for like simplicity's sake, I think just every 2 feet would be 1 hour.
Yeah.
I think that's a way to make travel have a general rule of thumb without making it too like elaborate.
I
So
think with the boat it might be a little quicker too.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is with the boat going down river, we'll maybe like cut it in half. So instead of a 12-hour trip, you're looking at like a 6-hour trip. Um,
Right.
so I was gonna try to sneak in a combat encounter last second, but I could not find something right off the rip. So it's fine. Maybe you'll have river encounters in the future when I plan that stuff out better.
I like it.
But so you have 6
Besides the boat too,
hours.
it probably would not be it would be a rough encounter.
That's why I was like,
considering the size of the boat.
Two of our people are in
Yeah.
barrels and no one can move.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know how I would do this because it'd be cool to have people dragged out of
Exactly.
boats and drowning and stuff like that. But that's something I have to think about and balance, opposed to just slapping it together and having you guys get fucking mauled. Plus,
Right.
it's a safer chunk of the river. It's a well traveled part of the river. So you have 6 hours with Quintus quietly sitting there, his straw sun hat kind of covering his face. He's holding his quarterstaff. I'll say that he is in the back of the boat, and he's taken his quarterstaff and kind of put it in the water. And you could see these etchings that kind of go up around the quarterstaff begin to glow, and it almost acts as a motor. It uses this massive gust of wind and it starts propelling the boat, and that's how he is able to travel up and down just through this like magical quarterstaff. So he's in the back, covered, using this basically as a motor, and you guys are propelling. That's why like 6 hours sounds like pretty well, but he's not saying anything. He's just head down, just following the river, just in his own world.
Oh, I can't say anything. I'm gonna have to be.
Say shit. Brunier and Zipper in barrels.
Yeah, as Goxin, I'm just gonna ask how many stops till Daggerford.
It's no stops. I stop at Zacomber for a rest, stretch my legs, and I just get back on the road. So we're going straight there. It'll take about 6 hours. We'll get there and we'll unload, and the people will take it from there, and then I head back up north.
Okay. And you usually get this shit stowed on in Daggerford?
So
work in the river for.
This has been a new endeavor the Thieves Guild has taken on. It's been strange. It's not something that they usually do. We usually don't outsource. Usually our income and our things are kept between the major cities like Waterdeep, Daggerford, Baldur's Gate even, but this is the first time that we've taken a source of income from another area. So it's been a little strange. So I've only been doing this particular run for a few weeks now. But the money is good. The danger so far has been minimum, so we've kind of just been taking advantage of it while it's come.
Let me ask, have you ever skim a little off the top? You ever get a little wet?
Ben makes the motion of the snorting of the powder, however we took the powder last time.
You ever get a
He
little
just-
trippy?
He just shakes his head and he's like, "No, this is that stuff is of no interest to me. I'm too old, too tired. I enjoy my time in silence on the river." And he kind of just looks at all of you like, "Shut the fuck up, hint, hint. This is my quiet time."
Do you know if with Jeremy's like longsword, does he have to use like an action to summon it, or does he just he doesn't always have it on him, right?
No,
So
I
he
think
doesn't.
summons
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't always have it on him. He summons it. It does not take an action or a bonus action. It's just something that happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay, yeah.
Back.
What's happening?
I'll have him just kind of like resting on his longsword then. Like he's like as he's talking, he kind of gets comfortable and like summons the sword just to kind of like lean on,
Okay.
and he's like, "Oh yeah, you can't touch that shit. Fucks with your head."
He kind of looks at him, looks at the sword, and he's like, "It sounds like you speak from experience."
Yeah. Oh god, what did Jeremy say? Yeah, he doesn't give too much. He's like, "Oh yeah." Bruni
Yeah.
hears the conversation, starts tearing up a little bit, and he's like, "Ah."
You hear faintly from a barrel, "Mommy."
Yeah.
The barrel's filled with tears now. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
the wateriest barrel of ale ever.
Right.
Little water drips out. Ben starts to turn the barrel a little bit so he can't see.
Right.
I just imagine that there's like a hole in the barrel and you can see people their eyes just like kind of like watching through it.
Like there's like a haunted mansion painting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That's exactly what I've been picturing.
no. Goxon does.
I realize Ben can't ask any questions.
What? Hey,
Write them down.
Yeah, I
Bobby,
can.
What
what
information do we get so far?
well, the last route we're going is the Daggerford.
Yeah, so he's headed straight there, no stops. His
stops.
sort of halfway point, his resting area is Secomber.
Okay.
So that's all you've kind of asked him so far.
Okay. And what is just in case seeing how you feel it, what is Jeremy's deception or Goxon's deception? So I actually cannot look at his character sheet right now for some reason. I can do everyone else's, but I can't view his. I guess you might be logged in as him.
His deception. Don't worry, guys. My wife's in the kitchen to judge me.
I think that's stupid wizard.
Supportive of my habits and judgmental at the same time. Skills, you said, right? What were you looking for?
Like deception.
His deception is a +3. His insight is +0, and his perception is also +0. His persuasion is +3.
Okay.
So,
He's gonna say, they told us that we'd be paid when the job was done, but they didn't tell us where to go. Any idea where we might be able to receive our payment for keeping you safe?
He says that you'd have to speak to Sasha about payment. She's usually located in the basement of one of the taverns. I, as your DM, don't have the name of it in front of me right now. It's on the next map that I can tell you when we get to Daggerford. I forget what it's called off the top of my head, and I don't have it written down.
Brunier hears the news and just is excited there's a tavern involved.
It's Sasha. That's the name of the.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
she's the leader of the Thieves Guild.
So Ben has the couple has the little pieces of paper and the pen still, and he wants to ask a question to Quintus, and he just writes on the paper and shows it to him, and it says, "Why are you doing this? Like, how would you get into this?"
He kind of stares for a long period of time at Ben, trying to figure out what exactly he's looking at. And I'm trying to think. To keep this fucking interesting, what would it be?
I was debating asking if he had a family, so I wouldn't feel as bad if we had to kill.
Give me. Oh man, what would that be?
You can continue the conversation elsewhere if you want.
No,
to
I'm just trying to think. Give me what would it? I don't know what it would be. I guess give me a deception roll, Josh.
I genuinely want to know, Bobby. Let's see. Deception.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Deception is 16.
Okay. So he looks for a long period of time at you, and he looks past everybody, confused by the note that he's being handed by this tall individual. And he just is like, "You're a strange one. I've been with the Thieves Guild for a few years now. But this only over recent years have I been specifically doing this run. Usually it's more petty theft within the larger towns, usually targeted at the kings and more wealthy individuals, never the poor or impoverished."
Brunier kind of like grunts and thinks to himself, "Is like, well, you know, they're not running out anytime soon."
Ben bristles a little bit at hearing kings and and richer people.
Is there any
Oh.
is there any other questions that you want to hit him with before you arrive?
Oh, okay. So Ben turns the paper around and writes "family?" ?
He just shakes his head. He's like, "No, I have no family. I've always been a wandering spirit, wandering nomad life, and family usually doesn't mix well."
So
Sounds-
are we almost there? Like, how close are we?
I would say, just for the sake of it, I would say you're probably like halfway at least, maybe a little bit more. You'd have like an hour left of idle chit chat before you get there.
Okay, so I was gonna say, do we let them out now, or do we wait? Do we continue to wait a little bit? I'm not sure if we have anyone else has anything to ask him.
Are we going to be let out, or are we just taking a free ride?
We were planning on dumping them
Honestly,
out. Oh, that's true.
He kind of gave us what we need to know. Like, we might not
Do we kill
need.
Do we kill that guy?
Dude,
No.
we might not need to,
Let's just leave him be.
unless he fucking fucks with the barrels.
Don't make
yeah.
your
Well,
cleric
that's the
cry.
problem. Is like, is he gonna oversee us unloading the barrels, and then we put Brunier and Zip in a cart, and they get taken away?
I mean, would that be?
It would take you right to the center, but then we have to. We're not part of the guild. We're not actually part of the guild, and they can probably.
We just
Well, no,
walk.
because he knows that we have to go to get payment.
Oh,
So-
that's true. Okay.
Yeah,
Said
so that
though.
might work
You
with
said-
us.
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like, you know what? That's a good idea. We
We
should
want to
probably.
Yeah, so Quintus and Quintus knows that we need to do that, so he'll be like, okay, like let
And
them
he-
go. With
Yeah, and you did tell him that, you know, we were overseeing the delivery.
Okay.
We're in
Ben-
there.
Ben crosses his arms and just leans on a barrel and just kind of. I imagine like he has like a foot trailing in the boat or something. I have no idea. He's just kind of leaning over, just looking bored. Then.
Claudia's gonna ask about do you have any retirement plans?
Are you investing your
I can't do the
401k,
accent all the
man?
time.
He kind of looks at you and he's
Hey,
like,
that's
retirement
retirement,
plan. Retirement is death.
That's a concept that doesn't exist yet.
Right.
You
I
retire
don't know.
when you
People in
die.
the line of work sometimes are
Retire
saving
what?
up for something.
I'm trying to see if there's anything.
Do we have any questions about
Like, should we ask him? Is there anyone in Daggerford we should know about? Since this is our first
Yeah.
time.
I'm trying not to say
Yeah.
anything.
Enemies of the guild?
Oh,
No, I mean, you can do a strategic discussion because I can't talk and I'm still like coming up with ideas.
Enemies of the guild.
There's a major question
Yeah.
that you guys haven't asked him that I'm shocked has not come up yet.
There's a major question that you're shocked that we. Oh fuck! What are we missing? What are we missing? We can't get off this boat until we know.
Oh boy.
Fuck. Okay, a major question. I'm looking through my notes to see.
How dank is this Kush?
Powder.
I mean, you know,
Okay.
you've used it.
That's true.
Where do they get the powder from?
Oh,
That is
Street.
in fact the question. Jesus Christ, I thought you guys were gonna get off without
I thought
asking
they were
that.
getting I thought we were getting it in Daggerford.
No, he's dropping it off at Daggerford.
Oh wait, hold on a second. I think I'm lost now. So
we didn't ask him where it comes from.
Yeah.
Who's the
You want to
supplier?
ask the Gotham?
because we were like the middle stop. Okay.
Yeah,
the first
yep.
stop?
Somebody ask him. I can't
So,
say shit.
so if Claudia wants
Okay.
to like assist on it, Ben wants to like tap the barrel of drugs
Wait,
and kind of gesture to the.
Let me ask, and then
As Goxon.
as Goxon,
Mhm.
because he has a little bit more of a deception.
Mm,
But I can cast guidance or Ben if you want to do a bardic inspiration.
Hell
Either
yeah.
or is fine.
Ben's gonna do a bardic inspiration on Goxon.
Okay, perfect. So
Does it take up a spell slot for you?
I'm sorry.
Does it take up spell slots for you, or is it just like you get so many?
I get
For
like
long rest.
4 per long
Ah,
rest.
Okay, so yeah, Goxon is gonna ask like, so where do you get this shit from? And then would that be? I guess that would be a deception, right? Or persuasion.
yeah,
guess
I would
persuasion
say
is
it's persuasion because yeah, you're just asking them to basically give up vital information.
Yeah, so I need I'll do the bardic inspiration for charisma, and then what's his persuasion?
I think it was +3.
Can I add on a guidance too, or you can't double buff?
I think you can. I don't see
why
what
not.
I don't see why you
I'll do it.
can't.
Let me I haven't done it yet, so let me see. I think it's one of my cantrips. So it doesn't cost me.
Triple
Yeah.
buff.
Hell yeah.
Buff me up, buff me up.
Oh, let's
I need
roll
to
in
ask
that
you a
one.
serious question. Do you
I
guys
am
hear?
rolling
Man.
now. Ooh, all right. So that's an 11 plus.
Yours is
Bardic is a
No, what-
D6.
D6.
Yep. Just tell us all our
Yeah, we
rolls are
used-
gonna win today, apparently, Bobby.
well. I keep rolling insight
And you get a
on
D4
this
from me.
on this guy. Every time you guys have asked him a question, I roll insight and pair it against what you roll, and I've rolled the highest
Wait.
I've rolled today is a 10. So he's just old and dumb and just is so bored on this
got
boat.
a
He wants to talk to
13 altogether.
anybody. Okay, yeah, like I said, he rolled a 10 plus his 1. on
Claudia puts a
insight.
hand on Goxon's shoulder. Do the guidance.
He's just glowing with all this magic aura, and this dude has no fucking clue. Alright, so he says that the drugs, I wrote it down somewhere, they are from, so he says
Oh wait,
that,
I just see. Oh shit. Okay.
so he says that the drugs come from a town north of Sycamber called, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Karse, we'll say. Karse.
Okay.
Karst. It's in the fucking Obsidian app that Josh made me start using.
Whoops.
Let me see. Where are we?
Does the guild run that as well, or do you get it from a different source
So
collaborating?
he's like, the guild very rarely dabbles with drugs. Like I said, it's usually petty theft, focused on more wealthy people.
There's pools.
I don't know how Sasha got in touch with the people of Kars, but I think they reached out to her. I'm not really sure the details, but they are the ones that set this up. I've never been inside the settlement. It's heavily guarded, and they don't let me in. I go to the gate. They load the boat and then send me on my way. They're strange people. They say very little. I've seen, when they open the gates, brief glimpses inside. I saw it looked like a mine shaft, so I'm assuming they're mining the ore and breaking it down into a powder inside there. I've seen tents, and I've seen what looks like maybe slaves going inside. But like I said, the only thing I could tell from the outside is it's heavily guarded, and there are some strange hooded figures walking around on the inside. And no one really says much of anything to me. They load the boat and they send me on my way, and that's pretty much it.
Brunier just starts thinking about the hooded figure we've been seeing wander around Secomber, and he's just wondering if there's a connection there.
I hope there's no more obscure questions that we should have definitely thought about anymore.
That was the big one that I was like, how the fuck have they not said anything? I was like, I hope.
I thought we were going to the source, that's why.
Yeah.
No,
Kind of what I was thinking.
No, I'm sorry if I made that unclear. No, like I said, this is his second. Secomber's his second stop coming down.
When you tell me we missed something like an important question, I panic, and my brain's like, like what you get on your SATs? Like it's just useless.
For big birds, Bobby got less fly.
You would have got it eventually, anyway. So
that's a vote of confidence. That's all the questions I think I can think of for the time being. If we just want to dock.
Okay, so as you guys kind of sit for the remainder in silence outside of the running river and the occasional shifting inside of a barrel of Brunier in a zip, you come to the town of Daggerford. It's a much bigger town upon coming up, as a massive wall going around it. It's not like Secomber where there's only a couple docks. There's huge docks, huge ships that are going out to sea. And it is a massive, bustling town.
I actually have a question, DM, real quick.
Yes.
The staff he had with the runes on it.
Yes.
Do the runes only appear when it's in the water when he's using it? Or it just looks like a staff otherwise?
So, give me an Arcana check, Ben.
What is that?
Arcana is magic. So typically, like, if you want to figure out something, a 3.
Ben is not so. Ben's just like it's just a cool staff, man.
So the best that the best that you can tell is it's just a quarterstaff, and he stuck it in there, and he used some type of magic, and when he used the magic from the staff, the etchings on it glowed, and it projected what you would assume is wind to try basically just push, but because it's under the water, it's acting as basically a magic motor to kind of propel the boat a little bit faster, so he doesn't have to actually paddle.
Ben's so perplexed, he just assumed we were like on a gondola in Venice. In Venice. He was just pushing us. I was like, okay, sure.
So, there's a lot going on in this fucking town. Before I forget, Sasha he said it on the boat when you guys asked where the destination was. Sasha. So it was mentioned previously in one of our other sessions. I forget who said it. I think maybe Mel kind of mentioned it. A lot of the taverns have tunnels connecting them underground. So that's how the Thieves Guild are kind of able to move unseen through the town. The main, what Quintus would have told you when I said that, when I switched over, he told you that the main tavern that Sasha is usually spending time in is the Lady Luck Tavern, which on this map is 17. It's near the south. It's a larger red building and it has the 17 circle on it. It's kind
It's
of
up
right. It's kind of right
That's
in the
pretty
center of the marketplace.
That's the red corner. Cool.
Oh, yep, I see.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
What number is 17?
Yeah.
17, yeah.
Oh, can we put a dot
Red
on it?
triangles right next to Marketplace.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's near.
We
It's near the
have-
south.
We have this.
There you go.
I was gonna say, put it like a
I was
dot
going
on
to.
it.
There you go.
I'm trying to delete this. I'm like, how do I get rid of it?
There you go. I just highlighted it because my brain is not functioning with these.
Son of a bitch.
Did you make this?
I did not. I googled it.
Well, damn, it looks freaking cool.
Nice layout.
So there's quite a few taverns in here. I didn't think about it until just now. I should circle 23 and 23. So 23 is also a tavern. Ugh.
We're going on a bar. We're going on a tower run.
It's like a pub crawl.
I had to load the map. Sometimes it freezes up on me when I switch a bunch of shit around. So 23 was Otter's Run. 24 is another one.
Well,
So the question, I guess, do we want to take Goxen with us, or do we want to like put Goxen somewhere?
No, full squad.
We'll put. Okay.
Yeah, I think he uses charisma bonus.
So yeah, we needed
Sure.
charisma to talk,
Good
and
point.
yeah, we can't split the party.
No, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
So upon coming up, like I said, you see a lot of big boats. Some leaving, some going upriver. Most of them are larger boats that are going out towards sea. I'm trying to think. As Quintus comes up and docks, you see a couple dock workers approach the boat. We'll say there's just four guys come up to the boat. They're not dressed the same as the dock workers that you guys befriended. They're a little bit more armed. They have like a little bit of leather armor on. They have daggers on their side. It's probably easy to guess that they are Thieves Guild based on the fact that they are not just in like cloth clothing. They go over, they greet Quintus. They have a large wagon, and they start pulling all of the barrels out. And Quintus gets out and he looks at you guys and he's like, that's it for me for the day. I don't have another shipment I have to go get. You can follow them where you need to go. And then he kind of walks over by them and he tells them, like, hey, they're extra help or whatever the fuck Sasha asked for. And then he kind of just wanders off into Daggerford. His job is done. He's going to go relax and wait for the go ahead to go back up north and get the next shipment. So he's gone from the picture.
As he leaves, Ben waves. Ben waves goodbye.
He doesn't notice. He's gone. He doesn't give a shit about
Nope.
your
No,
bunk
he's gonna say
ass.
he's been walking
Yeah.
away.
All that time spent together, he doesn't care one second.
Right.
So
I'm still in the barrel.
yeah, you guys are still in the barrels. They've loaded all of them. You can kind of see like they look a little confused when they go to pick up like Brunier and Azip's barrels because they're significantly heavier. But the two people together kind of lift it, and water like sloshes out a little bit, and they chuck everything in, and they begin walking towards what I circled it in white. It is the Otter's Run Tavern.
23.
23, yeah, it's right by that gate for the docks.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Otter's Run.
Yeah. So you guys are just kind of following along, going in.
Yeah, I guess Ben is definitely gonna follow him because he doesn't want to split up, and he's just kind of looking around Daggerfall, taking it all in because he hasn't been in a big city in a while.
Okay, so
Anyway, Claudia, she looks like she wants to crawl out of her skin. She hates it. There are no trees. There's a giant wall. I hate it so much.
At this point, Brunier is just like asleep in the.
That's how.
It's just been so long.
You just hear a faint snoring coming from one of the barrels.
Yeah.
I'm
So I
sweating.
guess do we go right into the lion's den and like follow?
Yeah, so they're just making their
Yeah.
way. Basically, like this shipment is headed towards 23 Otter's Run Tavern. So as you guys walk through and you see like a lot of like hustle and bustle, people kind of stumbling out of taverns. There's a lot more guards here than there were at Secomber. They're all over the place at the gate, walking around, kind of just making sure that people stay out of trouble. And Claudia and Ben, give me a perception roll.
Perception. Let's see.
Yes,
You want me to roll
please.
for Goxen?
No.
Oh no. Ben rolls. Nope. Ben cannot find perception because he doesn't remember. There it is. Ben rolled a 9.
Okay,
I
so
got a
you'll
12.
12. Okay, so Ben, you don't notice anything strange. You're kind of just taking in, seeing a city that you haven't seen for a little bit. You're kind of just overwhelmed by like the amount of people, kind of just bringing up a lot of feelings for you. Claudia, you do notice though, you can't tell what they're saying, you can't make out anything, but you do notice as you walk past two guards that are kind of standing against that stone wall as you're headed towards the tavern. You notice that they take notice of Ben, and one of them kind of nudges the other, and they kind of like point a little bit at him, and you can see them kind of communicating with each other, and that's all you can really make out. Like I said, you can't really tell or hear them. There's so much commotion. But yeah, they took notice of Ben's presence. So you guys walk past them, you continue, and you enter the tavern. The tavern's super busy. I think it was like noon when you guys left Secomber, so now you're looking at probably like 6, 7 o'clock. So this is really like, it's dinner time. People are eating. People are starting to like catch up on drinking. They're getting pretty hammered. So it's a very rowdy tavern. You see this large hulking man on the other side of the bar. Bald head, big beard, leather armor, hand axe by his side. He's pouring ale. They wheel forgot they have. So they pull up with the cart, and now the crew is unloading the cart and bringing it into this tavern, and you guys have followed in, and that's when you see the bartender, and he's just like, "Oh, in the corner." So they start putting everything in the corner. What are you guys doing now?
Still in the
Oh.
barrel.
You guys are still in the barrel.
Ben went to raise his hand because he got confused seeing the big guy with an axe because he's like, but Bernier's in the barrel. So he got confused for a second.
Take the barrel downstairs. Something.
Yeah, I realized as we got, I'm like, how do we get them out of there?
How are we gonna get out?
I don't know.
Why did we
I just realized as we're doing this, I'm like, oh,
Well,
yeah, I have to get them out of the barrel.
Well, way I saw it, I would assume that I wouldn't come out of the barrel until shit went down, and then I would just
And the
use a
shit
strength
never
check
went
while
down.
raging. Just to
The
first.
shit may never go down, Tom.
That's
Not
wrong.
this
Shit didn't
far.
go down.
That's why
Um,
after
No, well, now
last
we're on the inside.
after the last session, I told Josh, I'm like, you know that you can just walk to Daggerford, right? Like, you don't have to be in barrels.
Yeah.
We got too overzealous with creativity.
Yeah, really.
How to let us do what we want to do.
Yeah, we're committed to making the wrong choices.
I allowed it.
Now, like, we still haven't gotten to Sasha.
Yeah.
No, you're in the wrong
We're just in a bar
tavern.
now.
Fuck.
Sasha's in the
Wait,
Okay, so here's my question.
Sasha's in the Lady Luck, which is significantly more south.
Oh boy.
that's
but
the
there's
one that I
still
green
technically
on.
but in this tavern though, there should be a tunnel that connects us to
Yes.
Lady Luck.
Yes.
Yes.
Or we could just break you out and
Throw me down there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just
Alright.
we're gonna
Aren't we-
take 2 of your
Rogue's like, put
drugs.
me in the tunnel.
What? All right. What if I
Cozy up
should I
to the
just come out
fucking
raging?
cozy up to a guy
Noble
and
Mars.
then to go
Yeah.
downstairs.
The problem is there's a lot of people in here. I was trying to figure out maybe there's a way to get
Well,
everyone
all right.
to
No.
leave.
What if
Oh, the guy behind the bar seems to be in charge
in
somewhat.
cahoots? Yeah.
So let's just talk to him. We're like, hey.
We need
Just
to
this
Hey.
lady
There's a few
luck.
barrels out here. Where can we put the extras?
We're due payment.
Yeah. What's the
We
quickest? way to
provided
find
muscle.
the
Okay, so you guys go over and you
shop?
start
Am I
asking.
scrolling for Goxon?
So you guys are
No,
just
that's-
going
I'm
over.
I'm
Just
shooting
you're just
ideas.
Oh, okay.
you're just. Oh, okay. Let me know when you want to take action.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to talk to the
Is
bartender.
that kind of what we're thinking? Like, let's talk to the bartender.
Yeah. So
Those
you guys
2
are
heavy
just.
barrels have to go in the basement.
So you guys are just.
You want us
You
to
guys
help?
Oh, wait.
You guys are just off in the corner talking amongst each other while the rest of the crew is like bringing in the rest of the barrels, we'll say.
It's special drugs and needs to be lowered to the ground.
Wait. Me and Zip are getting brought into the
The bar.
the basement.
No, so they haven't put you in the basement they just put you off in the corner. Claudia, Goxon, and Bin, if you want to give me a perception roll as you kind of are circled together next to the barrels in the corner. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
What's,
trying to figure out what the
is-
best
what-
move is.
What's Goxton's perception bonus?
Let me double check that. I think it was plus.
I got an 11.
Perception is plus 0.
Oh, all right. He rolled a 13.
13. Okay, so as you notice, it's hard to make out a lot of details in here because it's so busy. But so you walked in, you guys are in the far right corner of the tavern, and you can see kind of like you're next to the bar. So you can see behind the bar a little bit as this large man is kind of just pouring ale, and you can notice right where the bar ends, there is some type of latch that looks like you can pull it up that will go down into the basement. So basically, like the way it looks like is if he behind the bar were to pull it up, you guys could go in, if you get what I'm saying.
Mhm.
since it's
Right.
going to come
Okay.
up towards him, and then yeah, you would go in that way. So, but he's right there, and yeah.
God damn it.
So I feel like we have a couple different options, right? We could just try to like diplomacy or talk our way
Doesn't
out of the
Goxen
situation. We
have
could
a,
write a distraction so that Drunier and Azip could escape too the barrels,
So
and then we
I
could
was
just find our
thinking
way.
that's what I was thinking. What I was considering is creating an object because I think you said there's a fireplace.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, but we can say
Oh,
that there
sorry.
is. Um,
My idea,
I
if
would
we
say
wanted,
it's on the opposite side.
roll it over there.
I'm
for
debating it.
That's with illusion cards too.
so for a quick,
Oh, we can make an illusionable monster.
Yeah.
We can get everyone out of the bar. No.
so for
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, do we have
for
like?
a
I'm gonna
quick
pull the fire alarm.
for a quick drawing. I don't know if you can see that. So you guys are here. The bar is here. That's the latch, and then the fireplace would be over here. So it is totally on the opposite side. So
okay.
if you, so yeah.
Do our characters
So
understand that the latch is for the basement, or we just see a latch and just think, oh, this could maybe be for something, but we don't know
it
yet.
might be the basement.
I think it's fair to say that it would
know that
only go down, so it more than likely goes into some type of basement.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
with knowing that a lot of these attach via tunnels, it's safe to say that like they might keep their alcohol down there. There might also be something down there that will lead to other places. It's kind of an easy thing to connect the dots, but you're not entirely sure.
Okay. I forget how many charges of the illusion deck I have.
Oh my god, get me out of this fucking barrel.
I know.
So-
I'm sorry. We're trying.
I could like
God.
I could drop one of the illusion deck
First out.
cards, and we can create a disruption. Get you guys out the barrels. Flip the lever, and get into the basement, and get into the tunnels. Does that sound like an okay plan? Any other ideas?
I can use thaumaturgy on the fireplace.
That's what I was thinking. Potentially, like summoning however much oil I can in the fire.
Why don't you throw the ball bearings on the ground?
I was thinking that too.
Make everybody trip, and then while everyone's scurrying around, we could literally just pop out. Would we roll like a I don't know, like I have stealth. I could try to help, you know.
Yeah, no,
Alright,
it would
I like-
definitely
I
it would
like
definitely be a
whisper-
stealth roll if you were to try to like sneak out of the barrel. What were you gonna say, Tom?
Never mind. I was gonna say because I could use I was gonna say maybe I could use thaumaturgy to like increase the fireplace and kind of like make it feel like the place is gonna burn down, but I can only cause them to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color.
We could like do a combo where like you like mess around with the fireplace and make it change color. Then I throw a monster card there, and then everyone thinks the monster came from the fireplace.
I can cause tremors too. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I whisper
Earthquake?
up like I whisper up through the barrel. I'm like, what do you guys see? And yeah, they explain. You explain the layout, what Bobby just showed.
Roll a stealth for that to whisper into a barrel.
Well, I mean, we're in a busy bar.
Oh, so true. With
Yeah.
advantage.
He just puts a notebook down to a barrel for some reason.
Like you could just be like you could be leaning on the bar, acting like you're talking to like Ben.
Mhm.
And then what if like
Happen
when
to
you go up? What if you go in, put a card down by the fire? Like, does it have to be at the fireplace?
I mean, that could be anywhere. I thought it would make sense if like you're messing around with the fire for it to pop up there. But you can make tremors anywhere, right? So that's fine.
Well, yeah, I can cause tremors and I can cause the fire to start changing colors.
And what I could do is I could throw the ball bearings down afterwards, so if they try to follow us or try to move around, they're all slipping.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. All right, let's cause some
Let's cause a
chaos.
scene.
Cause some chaos. So
This is
yeah, I guess while you're doing that,
off the
Ben,
rails.
Ben is slowly reaching into his bag.
For the deck of monsters, I'm not quite sure. I do have the D100 die, and I'm really excited to roll it for the first time.
Okay.
Do
This
you
is
have like a
insane.
chart that, like, based on what I hit, that's the monster?
Yeah, let me pull that up. I'm sure I can find it super quick. This is insane.
There's so many signs.
I was actually gonna try to do the robe of useful items, but I'm like, it's so random. I don't think it's gonna be anything useful.
Okay, so let me set this. Let me just set the scene
Let the
on this
scene, please.
fucking chaos. So, Brunier and Azip are in the barrels. You guys are kind of standing there. At this point, as you guys are kind of like whispering to each other, the people that unloaded, they're gone.
Yep.
You have the barkeep behind the bar doing his thing. The fireplace is ripping. People drunk. People having a good time. It's getting late. I'm going to read for everyone the deck of illusions real quick. That's what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this box contains a set of cards. A full deck has 34, 32 depicting specific creatures, and 2 with a
Okay.
mirrored surface. The deck found is missing 1d20 cards.
I
Okay,
have 19 cards.
you have 19 cards. Okay, so the magic deck functions only if its cards are drawn at random. You can take an action to draw a card at random from the deck and throw it at the ground within 30 feet of yourself. An illusion of a creature determined by rolling on the deck of illusions forms over the thrown card and remains until dispelled. The illusionary creature created by the card looks and behaves like a real creature of its kind, except that it can do no harm. While you're within 120 feet of the illusionary creature and can see it, you can take a magic action to move it anywhere within the 30 feet of its card. Any physical interaction with the illusionary creature reveals it to be false, because objects can pass through it. So it can't interact with anything. A creature that takes a study action to visually inspect the creature identifies it as an illusion. The DC is an investigation of 15. The illusion lasts until the card is moved or the illusion is dispelled. When the illusion ends, the image on the card disappears and the card can't be used again. Okay, so now I wanted to read that so everybody knows, and so also I can just remember exactly, because I didn't remember if it could interact with anything. So if anything interacts with it, people will immediately figure out it's false. I will have the tavern keeper roll an investigation check to see if he can tell what it is. And I do have a very long list of insane shit that can pop out. So Brunier, we'll say at this point, maybe Brunier and Azip have carved little holes in the barrel so you guys can kind of peek out and you're talking amongst each other with this plan. So Brunier, you're going to cast Thaumaturgy, correct?
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm gonna. So I can do like little minor illusions.
Oh, okay.
I can either do altered eyes, booming voice, fire play, invisible hand, phantom sound, or tremors. I'm gonna do fire play.
Phantom sound. Going to.
Well, that would have to come from me though. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, yeah, because
no, could come from any
direction. You can throw the thaumaturgy.
Have pressure Vasek, be any direction.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have the flame. What color would be crazy? Like if it just turned
purple.
all blue. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna start a tremor. And then I'm going to change the fireplace screen, and then I'm gonna do the phantom sound for ominous whispers just throughout the whole bar.
Ghosts.
Okay.
Yeah,
so the fireplace ignites in this huge green explosion. The fire is now flickering like crazy, this giant green glow. And then bouncing all in the dark corners of it. You just hear this like horrible just whispering running through the whole place. Now everybody's kind of stopped and they're looking up at the ceiling. They're looking over at this fireplace and they're all kind of now whispering amongst each other, which is kind of amplifying the whisper that is tossed all around. And Claudia, you reach out and you pull a card. I'm assuming you're trying to throw it across the tavern towards the
a
fireplace.
Yu-Gi-Oh slide.
The heart, yeah, the heart of the card.
So you,
Do.
I summon Dark Magician.
so you
Dark
take this
Magician.
card and you kind of almost throw it like you would skip a rock. So it hits the wood and it kind of shoots all across the tavern. And now give me a D100 roll to see
Oh,
what
God.
34.
a 34. A 34?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me get the image of this character. Hold
Oh,
on.
Jesus.
It's
I
just
hope
gonna
it's not
be.
Tiny and
It's gonna be Goxin.
I was gonna say, this is gonna go real south on it. It just makes another Goxin appear.
I
It's
just
like,
want.
oh,
I just want to get the detail right because I was actually I was looking at this character for a combat encounter, and
jeez.
it wasn't what I thought it was.
Oh no.
So, where is it?
I bet it's small and lame.
Okay. Oh my god. The suspense.
Yeah, it's killing me.
I'm sorry. I tried to search it and it didn't come up. Again, D&D Beyond. Where did it go? Okay. All right. So, let me see how tall these fucking things are.
You're gonna put it in campaign
Yeah,
notes?
it's clipping through the ceiling because it's an illusion.
So, you take this
Model
card, you throw it, it slides under tables, past people's feet. Nobody notices because they're looking up. And all of a sudden, this massive fire giant sprouts out from the card. This like bluish gray skin, this like red hair that looks like it's on fire, these huge braids that come down. It's wielding this massive sword. Sprouts from the card. Now,
Yo, this item's awesome.
oh, he rolled a 3, so that is not a DC for. Okay, so he failed his investigation, so everyone
Jesus
thinks
Christ.
everyone. Let me see how tall. Oh my god! So a fire giant is typically 18 feet tall. So yeah, they're around. So it says they're around 12 to 18 feet tall with dwarf-like appearance and build, orange red hair.
You could fit that 12 feet in a bar.
Yeah. So he like
Yeah.
so it.
Short king.
I'd like to imagine the ceiling's a little low, so there's just a head on and poking out of the second floor.
So this fire giant sprouts from the card in just the center of the tavern, flames flickering, whispering everywhere. Now at this point, the barkeep just screams, "Fire giant!" And everyone just mayhem. People start throwing tables out, and they just start hauling ass out of the tavern. And
Ben is going to. Oh yeah,
gonna get out of those goddamn barrels.
Ben, as they threw the card, Ben wanted to pretend to be scared. So as the fire giant appears, Ben takes the ball bearings and throws them up like the entire thing in the air.
No, you gotta wait till the bar cleared out.
Oh shit!
No, it's too late. So
I just love it. More chaos. Bring it.
Yeah. So
in the middle of all the
Ben,
chaos too.
They're all falling over each other.
Oh, go
just
ahead.
like, oh shit!
yeah. So people are running, trying to get the way. So
I just want the barkeep to be like, "Are you gonna do anything?"
So Ben takes these ball bearings and chucks them as people are scrambling to try to get out. They're now like fucking Home Alone, stumbling over each other, slamming into everything.
Yeah.
I am going to
I'm-
roll just a d20 just to see if anyone accidentally interacts with this giant in any way. It's going to be a high DC though. And once again, I only rolled a 14. I was going to say the DC was going to be 18. So no one interacts with this giant. Everybody's stumbling around, tripping over each other. People like the barkeep at this point has hopped over the bar and has pulled out his axe and is about to attack the giant. So that is what's going on at the moment. It's complete chaos.
And
people are running. He's now drawn his weapon.
While
Get out of
that's going on, I'm gonna go into a rage, and try and I'm gonna try and basically grow myself out of the barrel.
Okay.
And just do you want me to do a strength check for that?
Yeah, I would say do a strength check with advantage because you get advantage when you're raging.
Yeah.
Can I do while he's doing that? Can I quickly go because everyone's running? Can I go reach over to the bar and grab two abandoned flagons now?
Damn.
Abandoned what? Like
two abandoned, the two abandoned mugs.
So
of course.
I rolled a 13.
Okay,
I rolled a 13 to break out of the barrel.
Okay, that's still plenty. I was gonna say it's like 10. So you grow and just smash out of your barrel.
Yeah. While I'm doing that, I'm going to turn off the green flame for the thaumaturgy. Since it's a cantrip, it's just kind of at will to cast it.
Yep.
While I'm growing, I'm gonna do the thunder boom, and I'm just gonna go like the dragonborn scream.
Yep.
So
Claudio's gonna hop over the bar just to get that lever and to flick it.
Yeah, just to add to the chaos.
Yes.
What does Claudia grab?
She's going to turn the lever. Pull the lever.
You're pulling. Okay, so you reach down, you grab the circle ring and yank the basement door open. So the basement door is wide open. It slams onto the floor towards you, and you can see a set of stairs go down. Pretty dim lighting in there, so you can't quite make out what's down there. But it definitely is going downstairs. What's that?
Yeah, and then once I grow, I'm gonna reach over to the barrel a Zip is in and literally just try and just pry it open. Do you want me to do another strength check?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I throw it down the basement stairs.
No, I thought about that.
Just Donkey Kong.
At first I thought about just about bashing the top, but then I thought that might actually hit Britt.
Here I am, literally thinking I was just gonna quietly come out of the barrel, put the lid back on, like nothing was there, and that was my entire idea this whole time.
I genuinely thought the plan was going to be Tom does thaumaturgy to make everybody look at the fireplace, and then you guys just sneak into the basement. I've been wrong. This entire session.
No, we're causing absolute chaos. I rolled an 11 to get Britt out.
Okay, I was going to say the same thing. The DC was 10, so you just easily grab the top and just rip it off. Water spilling. Oh, well, there's no water in there. So it tops over. A Zip's popped out. At the sound of the door slamming, Brunier screaming, the barkeep who is this is all happening simultaneously. He's now running towards the fire giant, who is just is the fire giant can you control it, or is it just standing
that
there?
I'm not sure about.
It's in its idle animation.
I can move it, but I can't do anything else.
Yeah, I think it's basically a hologram.
Okay, so he's just standing there with his sword on his back, and the barkeep is screaming as he goes to swing his axe at it. he hears Brunier, the slamming, barrels ripping, and he turns, and now he sees Brunier, who is, how tall are you when you rage? Like 12 feet tall or something?
16.
No, well, I have to work with the size of the tavern, so like, you would probably say that the tavern is probably about like 14 feet in height.
Yeah,
Like the
about
roof.
that.
Yeah, so I'll do 12. Like, I'll make it just probably the same size as the fire giant. Like,
We are
I'll get
bringing
myself
so
to
much
10.
attention to ourselves.
Whoops.
So,
Oh, I know.
No.
It's okay.
so he turns and he sees Brunier, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And he is just
Brunier, Brunier is just gonna be like, haha, made you look, and then he's not gonna swing his axe at him, but he's gonna try and just hit him with like the blunt side of his axe, like.
okay, so like a
I'm
non-lethal
ready to
strike.
bad name for ourselves.
He's working with the Thieves Guild.
Give me an attack roll then.
Bam now. Ooh, 12.
Yeah, I'll say that just hits. So you run
Oh, shit.
over and just slam down with the like hilt, I guess you would call it, the bottom side of
Yeah, like
Or the flat side,
yeah, basically just hit him with the back end of it.
yeah. All right, give me a damage roll.
Oh, what am I doing? My Brunier dice, bro. That is I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm gonna use my soldier feat and re-roll that.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm gonna use the other one. Yeah, so that's gonna be a 9 damage altogether.
Jesus. All right. So you run over and you just slam the bottom side of the axe straight into his forehead, and he kind of stumbles back, and you see his eyes go crossed for a second, and he just sways for a moment and just falls straight on the ground and is just knocked flat unconscious. And at this point, everybody's pretty much funneled out of the tavern. So no one saw you do this. Everybody is just run, screaming for guards, screaming for help.
I'm gonna use, while I'm still in rage, just so I still have that strength bonus. As soon as he's out, I'm gonna use that next round. Like, what would be technically the next round of combat? I'm gonna use that to try and barricade the door.
Okay, so you swing, you knock him out, he falls flat, and you just turn and you just haul ass down into everybody's just run straight down into the stairs at this point, into the basement.
Mm-hmm.
I
Close
could
the door behind us.
I could put a rock on the door.
Well, so
think-
the last person that goes in is gonna have to reach and grab the hatch and swing it and close it. Think like a cellar door. So if anything, it's
gotcha.
the opposite, that they can technically trap you in by putting a rock on top.
Yeah, I'm just gonna barricade the door just to buy us some extra time. Like, I'm just gonna push maybe some of like a table in front of the door. If you want me to do like a strength check, just to see how fortified it is.
So, from the inside, are you saying?
Yeah, like like I want to block off the entrance to the bar just to buy us some time before someone starts investigating.
Oh, okay. So
then,
before you go down in the stairs, you're gonna move kind of like tables and stuff like that in the direction of the entrance, just to slow people down, kind of thing.
Yeah, just a quick one round. Like, I don't know if anyone else wants to do something, but I'm just gonna move maybe like a table in front just to buy us a couple seconds of time.
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, it sounds like chaos is just ensuing. So someone's gonna investigate.
Yeah. Why is it? We just jump into the basement real quick and close the door behind us.
That too.
Oh.
Ben is gonna quickly what Ben did when Brunier broke out and he got Zip out. He felt bad that they had been sitting in the barrel for so long. So when they ran out, he just took two people's mugs of ale and just put it in both their hands because he feels bad.
Yeah.
Just running with a beer, like, oh shit.
Well, I thought we were going to the basement, so he was gonna run down to the basement with them first. But then he sees Brunier put in the table.
Yeah, Brunier puts the table in front of the door, turns around, sees it, says, "Thank you, my jingly friend," pounds it, and then starts going for the basement.
I'm just gonna run with the.
Yeah, Zip's just gonna run.
So,
all right, let's. I guess
so
we're going
you-
for the basement.
So you guys are all in the basement. You run down the stairs, close the door behind you.
Is there lights on in the basement?
So
Absolute chaos.
it really, truly is. So as you look around the basement, I won't make everybody roll because I think you guys all have dark vision, if I'm not mistaken. So between the dark vision, between your passive perceptions, you can see that there.
Oxen has.
I think he's the only one that didn't have dark vision, but he's not here right now anymore, so fuck him. But between you guys, you can all kind of see with your dark vision that there's a couple lights, like wall scones, like torches. None of them are lit because nobody was down there at the time. You can see a bunch of barrels of like what you're assuming or ale. They look very similar to the ones that you were stowed away in and cargoed with. And it's a pretty narrow room. So you have barrels kind of all along the side, and at the far end you have like these much larger kegs. Like they're probably about 5 feet tall, 5 feet wide, just these giant round kegs with like serving hatches on them, and there's two. And that's all that jumps out at you immediately because it's like I said, it's pretty dark in here. There are lights that can be lit if you have the means to do so, but in the current lighting, that's kind of all you can really make out.
So
Okay.
We know for sure that this leads to that Lady Luck place.
Let's hope so.
That's what you were
I
told.
hope so too.
So I want to? So one thing I'd like to do is I actually did want to take
okay.
some of the drugs with us, and I realized I forgot to do that before we ran down here. So
Okay.
Can Ben investigate the barrels to see if any of the drug barrels are down here?
Give me an investigation check. Hopefully you roll better this
We
time than
honestly
you
should
have
all
in the
probably
past.
do an investigation check.
Mhm.
Just this, maybe like a group search of the basement.
I got an 11.
Okay. Is everybody else kind of also kind of going through? So Ben is focused mostly on the barrels. As you guys do your investigation rolls, kind of explain to me like what you're looking for, what you're messing around with, if there's anything in particular that you're searching for.
Actually, so the basement, would you say that it's more of like how would the walls? Maybe I'll do like a perception check because is it like stone wall? Is it rock? Like is it dirt wall?
It's stone wall. The wall to your left, outside of a couple torches, is bare. The wall on your right, the stairs behind you, the wall on your left is bare, with the exception of a couple torches. The wall on your right is the wall that has a lot of those smaller barrels that look similar to the ones that were on the boat with you. And then straight ahead, opposite of the stairs, is those giant barrels. But it's all stone. The floor is stone, and then obviously overhead is the ceiling is what the wooden floors are from the tavern floor. And as you guys are beginning to go through and inspect and look for any clues, you can kind of hear footsteps ahead, like overhead. You can hear guards rushing in, and then you hear just like a loud smack, and you hear like kind of them trying to wake up the guy that has just been knocked out. So while you
Yeah,
hear
I'm
all
gonna
this,
do.
you guys are want to, like I said, just tell me what
I'm
you're like
gonna
if you're
do.
looking for and your roles and all that stuff.
So yeah, I'm gonna do an investigation check and just study the rock walls and see if I notice anything that looks obscure that could be like a trapdoor or like a secret entrance. Anything that could possibly give away how we get out of this basement without going to the guards.
Okay. Give me an investigation roll, and then Claudia and a Zip. If you guys also want to let me know what if you're looking for anything particular, um, and give me an investigation roll as well.
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
Okay.
I'll see if we could find like a maybe just find like some type of like I don't know, some map or some type of like direction cues.
Right, some like
Yeah.
some notices on the
Yeah.
walls or something.
I'll roll for that.
I was just gonna. Well,
I got a 9.
I rolled
Oh
a 10.
no, you guys are gonna
I
get
guess
locked in this room.
I will
Oh.
also roll. That's a D20 plus investigation, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Okay.
Shit.
So it's pretty hard to see in here with the dim lighting, despite your dark vision, because you are in a cellar that has now been closed in. So it is hard to make out very specific details. I would
My
say,
vision is feet. Does that matter? Is dark vision just like?
Can I
Is dark
do
vision
something?
just like a you kind of see? It's like when you're outside and the moon's on or something. The moon.
from what
You know
I
what I mean?
understand, dark vision is basically kind of the equivalent to how, like, if you're looking at like a camera and it gets dark out, it kind of switches to like that all gray night vision mode.
Mm.
So you can't see color and like a lot of detail, but you can still see in the dark. I think it's kind of the same thing.
Like it's not fine. It's not a fine detail.
Yeah, it's not your normal vision, but it is
Can
still
I-
enough to. Go ahead, Josh.
Can I do something? Because I always forgot. I fucking forget I can do this.
You can
Ben
do
wants
whatever
to
you want.
Ben wants to cast light on the ring he wears, and he wants to
Okay.
hold the ring up because he sees everyone struggling, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I can do that."
Okay, so as Ben kind of messes around with his ring, it lights up the whole room. It kind of like hurts your eyes for a second. Everybody has to adjust to this like new light. So I would say with that, now you can see more
Wow.
details. If everybody wants to continue searching now in better light, I will let you roll investigation or perception again.
I'm actually.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm gonna
What's the damage?
do. So I'm gonna do something that might not be worth it, but you never know. So just to keep my rage going, I'm gonna actually just not with the great axe, but I have like 2 smaller hand axes. I'm just gonna quickly give myself like a nice slash on the arm just to kind of count as damage to keep the rage going.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have to either attack, like be attacked, or attack, to keep the rage going. So since we're not technically in combat, just so I can keep the advantage on those strength checks, I'm gonna take just some unnecessary damage.
Okay, so give me. I would say you don't have to roll an attack roll because you're
Also punch
intentionally
me.
hurting yourself. So just give me
Oh
a
wait,
damn.
I mean, yeah, if you want to punch me, actually, yeah, no, I changed my mind. I was gonna be like, dog woman, punch me in the face. It's me.
They're so fucking weird.
Oh, thank you, God, I love you.
Claudia has an understanding of how rage works.
But yeah,
Yeah, she's like, "What?"
What would that be?
I mean,
your
since
Oh, I need a strength check.
since you're letting him, he's letting you hit him. I would say you would
she doesn't have
bypass
to roll
the
for
hit.
attack.
Just roll
Yeah.
if you're punching him with your fist, roll your unarmed attack, which is probably a 1d4, I think. Yeah, so in an unarmed attack for you is just straight 2 damage, it looks like.
1 plus strength bludgeoning damage.
You deal
That
1 plus strength. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's 1 plus whatever her strength modifier is. So it probably is 2.
yeah, that's probably where
Yeah.
D&D got the 2 from. Yep. Yeah, plus
Okay,
1
and
for
then
strength.
since
So
I'm
yeah,
raging, since I'm raging, that's half. So I only take 1 hit point damage.
okay.
Brunier just giggles like, "Ah, you hit like a girl."
Ben kind of looks back at you. He's like, huh?
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go up to where the hatch is, and with my height, I'm just gonna reach up and then just basically just like grab the handle and like go kind of like limp, but also like pulling just to keep the latch as basically just keep it nice and tight. So
Okay. So while you're holding onto it, you can kind of hear with your weight, your sheer weight and force, you can hear like the wood splinter a little bit from the metal that you're pulling on. And you can hear upstairs, um, the the bartender they've gotten him up, he's okay, and you can kind of just briefly hear like their conversation of the guards yelling at him. They're like, it was just he was like, no, there was a giant blue guy, like it was crazy, it was chaos, there was green fire, there was so much going on, and they're like, it was just a trick. And like they hold, like you can't see it but you can hear them, like they pull up the card, which is now like the image of the fire giant is like gone, so it's just like a blank like face card basically. And they're like, it was just a prank, it was probably just some dumb kids. And then you can kind of hear the guards like stopping as they're leaving. And you can hear people starting to come back in. And like you can hear tables getting reset. So the pandemonium has settled. It kind of has, you, despite all of the chaos, you guys have somehow gotten out unseen. But somehow it was mostly because you one-shotted him. I was like, I'll give him 8 health, and you just wailed him in one shot before he had a chance to realize.
That's why Brunier does it.
I in my head I was like, oh, he's a barbarian. I was like, Brunier's health is 32. Just say he's level 1, so I cut it in a third, and
oh, cool. Okay.
it was just a quick 8 health should be enough for, because they're not, he's just a tavern keeper. He's not like a seasoned adventurer.
I'll take it.
Okay, so you guys are now in this well-lit area. You're just
investigating.
So yeah,
I got
everybody
2 and a
just
6 before.
Can I continue to investigate? Can I roll for that?
yes, give me another
Keep rolling,
investigation.
I'm just staring down this hallway like.
I know.
Go roll again.
Someone should probably
God
punch me
damn
in the face.
it! I rolled another 6.
Ben,
You guys are
sees
just gonna have to
the zip-
leave.
Yeah, I was
well,
gonna say Ben. Oh yeah.
Josh, give me another investigation roll for the barrels as you're
Oh yes.
lighting everything up.
What if I did it one last time?
You have to give.
Yeah,
you have to give.
it.
Oh my god, Josh.
Oh
God damn it! I got a 4. Ben sucks his shoulder, and he wants to give. Does Claudia have better investigation than everyone?
Oh, what about intelligence?
What about Goxon?
Plus 4.
Oh, okay, Goxon.
I'm rolling for Goxon.
Do you want me to roll for him?
Yeah, because I keep forgetting, and I'm gonna do while I'm holding the latch down. I'm just gonna do a perception check from where I am just to see if anything stands out.
Okay.
Do we have to do this? Can we just like move forward?
Yes.
Well, the only way you know how to move forward is getting out of here. So you'd have to leave the bar.
They have to figure out what's going on.
We could lie. Say that we
okay.
scared.
Yeah, we came down here because we were scared.
All right. Well, luckily I rolled Goxon with advantage. His first one was a 2, and his second one was an 18. So
sweet. Thank God.
So Brunier has kind of patted the wall looking for something, doesn't find anything. So to be safe, he just is standing there leaning on the door to keep anybody from coming in. Ben is kind of patting down the barrels looking for a loose thing, but you can't find anything, and you realize that like you never asked where in the barrels they stored them, so you don't know where to look specifically. So unfortunately, you can't figure out what piece of it is supposed to move, what piece is supposed to like maybe unhinge, if there's a secret compartment inside somewhere. Like you can't quite find a working mechanism for it. Goxon is, in the meantime, everybody's looking, everybody's coming up dry. He has gone over to, because nobody else was, he was looking at those giant barrels. So he's patting those down, inspecting it, and he knocks on the one, and you can kind of hear ale swishing inside of it. And then he knocks on the other one, and you can hear it's hollow. So he turns over to Bernier, and he's like, "Hey, give me a hand with this." And he grabs the spout and begins pulling it. And as he begins pulling it, it starts slowly opening, but it's too heavy for him. So he's going to need a little bit of help getting this makeshift door basically open.
The door.
Ben's gonna go help, obviously, get the door.
Okay, so you guys all run over and you grab this door because he got it open enough that you can get your hands in there. So now you guys have all collectively begun pulling it, and once you open it, you can see just a straight tunnel. There's no light. There's no torches through this tunnel, but on the inside of the door, as you've opened it, you can see etched in it that sideways diamond with the eye that they had told you was the Thieves Guild marking. So you can kind of connect the two, that this is probably a secret passage to go somewhere. But you don't know where. You don't have any map. You don't have any clue as to how these taverns connect. You just know you're generally on the right path.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to step away from Goxon's character now. So he is back in your control.
Ben sees like that it just opens into complete darkness, like there's nothing there, and he kind of freezes for a second. And he's like, he wants to. Does anyone else want to lead? Oh, can't hear you, Tom. We're not getting any audio from you, Tom.
Tom, say yes or no.
Better?
There you go.
You're good.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have Goxon light a torch, and then I'll lead, and then I'll do a perception check.
I thought there weren't. Do we have torches?
Well, there's torches on the wall. They're not lit.
Okay.
But if you have like a flint and steel, you can light the torches themselves. They have,
I was gonna have Ben give you his ring in case you couldn't get a torch.
Okay, yeah, because I have dark vision, but I know Goxon needs light.
Oh.
So perception. My lord. That's a 6 altogether. Ooh. Not a good night for rolls.
God, what's up with these rolls?
I know.
Yeah, even I rolled bad. I just got lucky and got that 118 for you guys. I was nervous. I was like, oh no, they're gonna have to leave this fucking room.
Yeah, we're not fighting.
Did you roll Goxon for a perception down in the tunnel?
No.
I'm gonna do that. Oh, nat 20.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
He perception.
The best nights but nothing.
He's not even here.
I know. It's so funny, like I'm starting off my first night with the Brunier dice, and I've been rolling mostly for Goxon the entire game.
It's because everybody else is rolling so bad, so he's our like last stand.
I know, he's like our last resort.
Okay, so what's the walking order? You have Goxen up front with Bin's ring kind of leading the way.
I'll be next. I could be right behind him.
What does Goxen see?
Okay, so as I'll just say with the nat 20, he takes Bin hands him his ring. He shines it as you walk down. It's a plane. It's very narrow. You can only walk one by one. There's a lot of like cobwebs. It's very dank, very dark, and it seems to go for a, a while. Like you're walking for a few minutes. The noises of the tavern. Do you close the door behind you guys, or did you leave it open? Like
Quick question.
I think
Who's the last in line?
The barrel.
I'd say-
I could close it behind us.
I was gonna say I'd probably be in the back.
Yeah, but now that we know that this door is a hidden door, we're gonna have to figure out where the fuck the next hidden doors are, aren't we? Maybe?
We have a little experience in finding them.
Start making a map for
They-
ourselves.
This is gonna be
They
scary.
might
What was that?
be easier to
It's
get out
scary.
from inside the tunnel than outside the tunnel, though.
Or we could
Um, before we start walking, Brunier's just gonna take a look at. He's gonna investigate from the inside of the tunnel. He's gonna investigate the doorway to see if there's any markings besides like the Thief Guild symbol that could indicate like you're here, you're there. Like if there's any symbols that'd be like, oh, you're at the what is this one? The otter, the joyful otter.
Outer Jean.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So as you kind of look at it and you're patting it and you're feeling it, you can feel bumps in the center. Is trying to think. I don't remember if Braille is a language in D&D as far as like something you can pick.
It is, I ain't
You said Drail or Braille?
Braille.
Braille.
It is, I ain't proficient.
Okay.
Everyone's very progressive.
No, it's just me trying to think of what would make the most sense.
Would it be like in Thieves Speak? So maybe like
So I would say, just for the sake of ease, give me. Did you give me a roll? What was your roll?
Oh, for the investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, 16.
Okay,
Yay.
perfect.
There we go.
So, as you kind of look at it, as you're closing the door, you notice in the center of the eye a small, very crude carving right where like the pupil of the eye would be of an otter.
Aha. There we go.
So
Look in the pupils.
So and then you close the door behind you.
Mm.
Okay. So
And that otter, that was on the inside of the tunnel, or on
it
the
was
doorway,
on.
or the outside.
It was on the inside. So when it's on the inside, so you can see it from inside the tunnel, but obviously from outside of the tavern, you can't see anything.
Perfect.
So
okay.
You close the door behind you, and now one by one, you guys have begun walking down this dark tunnel. You walk for a few minutes, and you guys, Doxson, who has taken the lead, has kind of slowed down, and he comes to a stop. Ahead of him is similar to what you guys came through, this like wooden circular door. in front of you, or you can make a left and veer down a like path. Like you have two choices. You can either go through this door ahead of you, or you can make a left and continue down this next section of the corridor.
Can Goxon investigate the symbol and see what it says in the pupil?
Give me an investigation.
All right, this is Goxon, so I don't know what his skill perk is.
Let me look. I have it up. His investigation is. Where did it go? Why do I not see that? Oh, it's down. +1.
He rolled a 6.
I got
Okay.
+4.
An investigation.
Oh,
Okay, so
Do it.
he kind of like is feeling around and he can't really see anything. There is an image in the center of the pupil, but he turns and he's like, I can't make it out. It's faded. So he kind of steps to the left towards that
that's it.
continuing pathway to kind of give you room to go up and look and see if you can figure out what the image is. So give me an investigation roll.
17 +4. 21. I got a 21.
Okay, so as you're kind of looking at this, Goxon shines the light on it, and you can tell that it's super, super faded, but it looks like a really crude drawing of a river or like a flood. It kind of just has like a couple wavy lines, and that's kind of it. It's just 3 or 4 like river markings that have been pretty worn out and faded over the years.
Damn. What does it mean?
Lady Luck. And wait, you said it's a river?
Yes. Similar to some type of moving water.
I said we go the other way.
Yeah, go left. Doesn't look like a lady to me.
Okay, so you make a left and you continue down what is feels like a very, very long tunnel, and it just continues and continues. And then it's kind of the same thing. You come to another wooden door, but this time it veers to the right as well. So now you have a choice. You can either go to this door, or you can make your way right on the continued pathway.
Zip, do you want to do a joint investigation check with Goxon? What he picked.
I got an 8.
It'll join in.
What's it? It's +2. His
it was +1, I believe.
Okay, he rolled a 13 altogether.
Okay, so this one is also pretty faded and hard to make out any like super specific details, but you can kind of get the gist that it generally looks like a dagger.
Actually, kind of cool. All these different chocolates.
A dagger.
That ain't it.
Unless Bobby screamed, because I was thinking, maybe it's like an otter goes in the river. I was like,
No.
What's the other one?
So
it's a dagger.
So is there another one we could like?
So there is
just the dagger one?
So it's just the dagger, but the path does also bend to the right this time.
Yeah.
I say we go to the right.
Yeah, it sounds like we gotta keep going.
All right, so you guys continue down this path. As you continue down it, unlike the previous ones, you've now come to a fork. It splits off to the left and it splits off to the right. There's no logos, there's nothing. It's all concrete and it just forks. You are officially at a fork in the road.
We don't have any. There's no sound above us or anything.
No,
Well, I guess I should.
It is. I mean, you can roll, but I would say like no. It is. There's nothing. You are encased in complete concrete. There's no wood above you anymore. It is. You are surrounded by stone. Walls, floor, ceiling, everything is stone. It is dead silent in here. You are wherever you are. You are deep in their navigation.
Territory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bobby making us split up.
I'm not making you do
Yeah.
anything.
I know. Yeah. He's doing the
No
opposite.
splitting the party. Oh my
I
God,
also
sorry.
didn't make you do this to begin with.
Yeah, literally. What the fuck?
It's a very good point.
I
Man's got a point.
to pull the curtain behind. Originally, I was gonna have you guys, if you went there, I was like, oh, they'll probably just walk to Daggerford and then scope out the dock and see what the dock workers are doing, and then they
Whoops.
would just figure out like, oh, you can take the South Gate straight to the tavern. But now instead, you guys are in a fucking maze.
Well,
That's too easy, Bobby. That's too easy.
Where's the fun in that?
What's
Megan.
that labyrinth? That labyrinth place? Just that. We're about to open it up.
Labyrinth.
That.
Pan's Labyrinth?
I don't even know what that's even about.
Oh,
I
it's
feel
a
like
movie.
I feel like that would be a maze or something. All right. Well, I guess we should. try
I'm
to
feeling
figure it out.
left.
Left. I say left.
let's go left. Seems reasonable. I was gonna say it's a 50-50 either way. So
Do we flip?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, you hang a left and you walk down, and you're walking what feels like forever. Like at this point, it feels like it feels like you've crossed almost all of Daggerford. Like you've walked a pretty substantial amount, and as you come to the end of your, go ahead.
No, yeah. As we're like walking, Bernier is just making conversation, but it's obviously just stuff that nobody wants to talk about. He is like, you want to know the worst part about being stuck in a barrel? There's nowhere to take a shit.
Oh no.
He's like, I'm still holding that fucking log from this morning.
Oh no.
It's amazing I'm not gassing up these tunnels right now.
Ben is pulling on the tassels of his hat as he has to listen to this.
Just anxiously
It's
jingling
like
bells.
way to handle the stress.
Claudia's rolling her eyes. Like, you should have taken a shit before we started.
Well, maybe you should have drilled a little hole so I could shit out of.
Oh my god. I'm just rolling my eyes. Like, oh. I'm also petrified of being in this area. So my character's not speaking a lot. She's scared.
Claustrophobia has
Or-
set in.
You're probably right at home.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a little cramped, but I do like the underground.
I've been stuck in small spaces all day.
I like grew up in a city.
Ben wants to like give a Zip a pat on the head to try and make her feel.
So as you guys are walking down, you finally come to yet another door.
I
And
think it's
then-
another fork.
Open that fucking door. Let me out.
So
Yeah.
in front
No
of
matter
the
what doors is, we're just gonna open it.
So there is a door, and then it does continue to bend to the right. But
no.
you have come to a door. And it's the same thing. It has the big Thieves Guild eye on it. Would someone like to check it
Control
out?
and investigation.
Can I investigate that bitch?
You sure may.
Yeah, go for it, Britt.
14
I'm gonna
plus
investigate
4.
too.
I got an 18.
I'll investigate as well.
I got an 18.
Oh, but never mind.
Oh, there. Good. So I rolled a crit fail.
Oh no.
Oof. So
Oh, you failed.
you are too busy holding in your farts to realize, but everyone
This is for
else,
Doc.
okay, Goxon
Right
is
hand.
Goxon was walking behind you, and his eyes are tearing up from you just slowly letting
my
squeakers out the entire time.
You're just gassing him. I'll
But
roll too. Nope.
roll away. Okay.
All right, sure.
Okay, but somebody rolled higher. I know that.
I think Britt got it.
Britt got
I
it.
got 18.
Britt is
Britt's
a
got
lady
it.
on a mission, and that mission is getting out of these fucking tunnels
Get me
because
the
you
fuck out
guys,
of here.
Get me out of here.
you
I
guys
went
have.
from one small space to an even smaller tight space with more people. Get me the fuck out.
Yes.
We walked forever. Couldn't pee in the freaking barrel. Trash.
In front of you
what is
is
this?
a wooden door,
The doll.
and upon investigating it, in the center is a woman, and she is holding. I don't know. She's not holding anything. It's just almost like a
Like a
statue.
coin?
Yeah, something like that, like a coin. She's flipping a coin, or she has a coin. It's some type of woman and some type of symbol in her hands.
Clover.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Boom, nailed it. It's a lady with a clover in her ear or something. Luck. It's Lady Luck.
Oh. Ben jumps up and down and points.
Yeah.
Hey, luck.
So,
Oh yeah. About
as
goddamn time.
Should we like listen on the other side of the door, see if there's anything like there, or was that part of the investigation?
That might be a good role for you, Britt. Maybe like an or not an. Is that,
give me a perception check as you like investigate this and you hold your ear to the door.
I got an 8.
You got 8.
minus 1.
So it's a pretty heavy door. It took all of you to kind of open it. So there's not any sound or specific noises that are really penetrating through to the other side. You're in a pretty soundproof hallway right now, so you can't really make out audibly what is on the other side.
Are we like in like a? Oh, so we didn't open the door yet?
No.
Yeah, we're
No.
still in the hall.
No, we don't want to actually be like, oh, there's a bomb on the other side of the door. We're not sure.
Bernier is he's
Does
like,
anyone-
well,
Does anyone have a mirror?
we're here to take down the Thieves Guild. Even if they call the guards, they really don't have a good
We just open it up. It's Sasha's bedroom. Like, oh shit!
Oh.
yeah, exactly.
It could be.
She taking a shit.
We walk into her
Like,
bathroom.
the side, it's an emergency.
Hold.
See, the thing is no matter what we do, I know Bobby's just judging us for doing it the worst way possible.
I know.
So it makes me paranoid. I'm like, do we just kick the
Yes,
door
Bobby,
in?
we know it could have been so much more simple.
No,
means you
it's
have
not even that.
nothing to lose
It's I'm focused mostly on just trying to figure out like what, because
We are keeping you on your toes right now.
Is
Yeah.
this gonna be possible fight? Well, obviously.
I hope so.
Is that what you're
No,
thinking?
we have no clue.
you have no idea.
Draw my
Like it will
weapon
just
right
be
now. I'm gonna fucking wield a fucking
I was
whatever.
gonna
the
say,
hell.
I feel like Zip is
Whatever.
tweaking so much he would just rip the door open to get out.
I'm gonna hold. I don't even know what I have. Short sword. I'm just gonna prepare it in my hand, just like
Yeah, I think you have dagger and short sword.
yeah. I gotta.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a strength. Do you mean to do a strength check to open the door, or
Yeah, I mean, I would say like as you all stack on top of each other, you guys can all collectively begin to push it.
It's like
I don't want you guys to
Is
all
this an
fail.
episode?
I don't want you to all fail a strength roll at the rate we've been going, and you guys
I
just be
know.
stuck in this hallway. So, yeah, I would
It
I
feels
would
like
say,
the Goonies or something.
what's that?
I was gonna say this feels like the Goonies. Like,
Oh yeah.
This reminds me of an episode of Scooby Doo.
yeah, that too.
So you guys are
Yeah,
opening
no,
the door.
Let's go for
Yeah,
it.
I'll lead. I'll lead the push, and I'll be the first one in the basement. But yeah, I would say we're all trying to just get the hell out of this tunnel.
All right, so you all begin to heave into this massive door, and it starts to move, and it scrapes on the ground. And as it begins to open, light starts to shine into the hallway. And as you open it more and more, you start immediately noticing that this room is already bigger than the one that was in the previous tavern that you came from. And as it opens further and further, you begin to notice bunk beds and desks. And you see at this point, it's probably between walking through all these tunnels. You got here after 6 o'clock, the chaos in the taverns. It's definitely later. Like it's nighttime at this point. And you
Yeah.
notice as you begin pushing it further and further, you notice that there are people sleeping in the bunk beds. So are you still just continuing to push this loud door, or what's your move? I don't want to keep narrating.
Absolutely not.
Is the door opened enough for us to get inside?
Yeah, I would say it's probably like a third of the way open. It's not quite like half or not quite full. It's enough that you could probably like squeeze your way through. Bernier might have to suck his gut in a little bit to slide out, but it's enough that you can individually kind of start squeaking your way out.
Nice
What
sneak.
if
Sneak level 1000.
what if what if you and Zip sneak in and start trying to check and see if we could figure out which one's Thasha. And then if it goes south, I'll just burst the door open and come in swinging.
I just wonder, should we wait till like they're awake and not in the room?
Oh, give me a
Just fucking.
I like how unintentionally everyone's claustrophobic.
I know, right? We're not even there. Yeah. It's all mental.
Get me the
This
fuck
is what
outta
role
here.
playing really is. We're really in character, right? But
So I guess we should all just sneak through, I guess.
yeah, we should try to sneak. But what if one of us fucking trips over? Bin's bells.
I will.
Oh yeah.
Take off those bells right now.
I will fuck this up.
Ben sees the sleeping
we can
people.
go
He's
for
he hesitates
just
going through the door.
You hold all of your fucking bells.
He has just
think we
he
should
has
wait
to
till they
hold
wake
all
up.
of the bells.
No, because why would we give away our advantage? Why would we wait to give away our advantage?
We
have
ever
advantage if we
actually
remove.
If there's
And they all wake up and attack.
still had
well,
his carrots.
if we pull it off, we have advantage.
We don't have we have no idea where like this leads to, so we could just God damn it, this sucks.
Well, we know that the leader of the Thieves Guild stays at the Lady Luck. That she lives in the basement. So we know she's here. We just don't know which one she is.
Here, right.
So Lady Luck door
Yeah,
means
she should be in
door.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do a stealth check. If I fuck it up, then we fight.
Me too! Wait,
Or
too. Let me stealth it as well. What's
a zip, Claudia, and then what's Skox's stealth?
His stealth is +1.
What did my?
I don't know if I want. I'll see how Zip and Claudia do, and I'll decide if I want to roll or not.
Mm.
I'm so scared right now.
This is
Oh,
about to
yeah,
go.
this is,
about to go south.
Big.
I got an 18 plus 7.
Ooh.
Okay, so
There we go.
Maybe we just
So-
send Zip on a solo mission.
so
25.
we'll
That's only
I
me.
got a 14.
Okay, so we'll do one at a time first. So Zip rolled, what was it, an 18?
18 plus 7. This is stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a plus 7, so 18 plus 7. 25.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah, Britt.
as you kind of slide through this door and peek your head out, you can see there's probably about 4 bunk beds total. There's the one that you saw closest to the door, there's one on the opposite side of it, and then on the left side there is a door. And then there's another bunk bed, and then on the right side there's like a desk with just like clutter on it, and then another bunk bed, and there is people in each one of those bunk beds. So you're looking at about 2, 4, 6, 8 people that are currently asleep. With yourself, they haven't. You can see like one of them is maybe snoring. None of them are at the moment stirring in any way to see if you haven't disturbed any of them.
What does a 14 get you?
A 14. Who's the culprit on the 14?
Oh, that's me. I got a 14.
Okay. So a Zip kind of clears the door and steps out a few spaces into the room, kind of hugging against that first bunk bed, kind of under it. She's so small that and like between crouching and everything, like this is her element right now. She's really like shrunk herself into this corner, into the darkness. And as you come out to kind of mimic her and follow her, you lean on the door a little bit, and it moves a little bit more, scraping that wood on wood, just and you can see a foot on that initial bunk bed that is like right above a Zip. You see a foot kind of flicker, like someone is kind of tossing, and you freeze for a moment, and there's just this silence, and you're waiting for a reaction, and you don't hear anything. So then you continue on, and you sneak your way out, and you kind of crouch down next to a Zip. You can't. You're so much bigger than her that you can't quite get down into the shadows as well as she can. But you are both in the room, and so far everyone is undisturbed.
Do I dare roll for
Can I roll
Mirka?
investigation to look? I don't know. Can I see anything? Is there like any light in the room, or is it like a low light?
Well,
or,
you have dark vision.
So
I
give
do.
me, if you're in the corner, looking for some type of clue. Give me a perception check.
I would think you do perception check too.
I got 12.
You got a 12. Okay. So as you look, as you scan the room, you look at the bunk beds, you can see that at the moment the guards are not armed. You can see their weapons, their daggers, their bows kind of hanging from the wood. Like the guys on the top have like maybe their dagger looped on the posts. The guys on the bottom floors have their bows hanging, like leaned against their beds, all accessible. If they ever had to spring into action, everything is right there that they can grab. The desk has paperwork on it, but from where you are, you can't really make out if it's important, like what it is specifically. You can kind of just see a bunch of scattered paperwork on there. And then on the opposite side of the room of you, you can see stairs going up similar to the ones that you came down to. So you can assume that that's probably your way out of the tavern. But there is still that door that's on the other side of the bunk that you're hiding behind that looks like it probably leads into another room. And that's from your corner, from where you're crouched, that's about all the information that you can kind of get. If you want to do another stealth roll to kind of creep through the room and see, this is your element. So if you want to push it and do another stealth roll to see how far like you can get, you can feel free to do that.
I got a 12 plus 7. What is that? 12 plus 7 is 19.
A 19. Okay. So with a 19, where are you? Like, where are you going?
I have no idea. So I'm
You
in
can
the
either check the desk or check and see which bed is the person we're looking for.
we don't know what she looks like though.
What's a woman?
You just
I
know
mean,
it's a
Yeah,
lady.
Sasha.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends. What's the ratio? So if it's like a guy and a girl, or for example, whatever.
Right.
So the people that are all in this room are all men.
Shit.
So then I go up to the maybe just like swipe the papers off of the desk and then go back in the corner. And I have dark vision. I could try to fucking see if there's any information or maybe a map or something. I'm not very good at this. Well, I guess I'm okay at this.
This is our first major stealth mission.
You're great at this fucking stealth shit.
What do I
Get
do?
them papers.
I guess the only thing I could really do is just get the papers and see if there's anything substantial in it.
Investigate those papers. See if we can figure out where she is.
Maybe she has a note in there or something. I don't know. I could just swipe them off the desk and go hide underneath something again.
Okay, so that's where you're going. That's where you're going with this roll. Do you want me to paint the picture again before you make the move, or?
Yeah, you said it was like there's 4.
So there's four bunk beds. You're in the bottom left. So there's a bunk bed, a door leading into another room, another bunk bed, across the room, same thing. There's a bunk bed, a desk with papers on it, and another bunk bed. Straight across the room are stairs leading up to a cellar door.
Friends weigh in. I don't know what to do.
Check the papers.
Oh, the door. It's not a
Check the
door. What
desk.
door?
It's a
So I
door.
can't
It's
really-
it's a
Probably
closed
just
wooden
like
door.
maybe a
It's not-
tavern. But then we have
So-
the issue of we're all coming out of the basement.
Yeah, and we can't all come out of the basement.
So I will say with
Yeah,
the
but
door
at this-
specifically, it's not a door. It's not similar to the door that you guys were seeing in the hallways, like the underground tunnel. It is just a regular wooden door that you would see in a house. So it doesn't lead to like another tunnel. It leads to an actual room. It's a regular,
okay.
it's a regular sized door. It has
Yeah,
no,
I thought it was like we were in a cellar still.
no.
and, like,
So
there's,
you're,
like a hatch to get like up.
It's
Nope.
like room.
so it leads
Like
to
what you
another
do.
room. It doesn't lead to another hallway or anything like that. That goes into another room.
So if I stealth and try to open the door, is that just one action, or do I
Yep.
stealth into that room?
So you want to go to the door? You want to try the door?
Should I try the door? Well, no one else is with me, right? Ah!
It's you and Claudia, but if you guys want to move further into the room, you have to do another stealth because now you're walking past all these guards. So
Well, Brit rolled that 19, so what? That got her to the desk.
That's what I just wanted to make sure. Is she going is she going to desk? Is she going to the door? Like, I just wanted to make sure she used her 19, because the 19 is a success. So
Okay.
wherever you want to go, you're going to get there successfully. I just wanted to make sure it was where you want to go.
Do we care about the papers, or do we care about what's on the other side of the door? Because if I fuck up my next roll, that could lead to chaos. We could wake everybody up.
The thing is, like, the thing is, like, either me, Ben, or Goxin also have the chance to fuck up.
All right,
this
we're going.
Up, so I would just see exactly
Going towards
so,
that door. Should we go to the door, or should we get the paper?
Well, the thing is, if you go to that door, you might you're going to be solo for a second or two. So maybe the desk, just to see if there's anything important on there.
Original. We're going towards the desk to swipe the papers off.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm gonna swipe the papers.
All right. So you are moving towards the door, or towards the desk. Sorry. So you very silently just glide your way across these wooden floors, or it's stone, I'm sorry. So you very quietly slide across these stones. You reach up and you grab all these papers, and now you have them. Do you want to look through them as you are pocketing them, like real quick, just to see if you see any like information that is useful? Okay, give me an investigation roll real quick as you're thumbing through this paperwork, just to see if anything interesting pops out at you.
13, 14, 15, 16. I got a 16 investigation roll.
Okay, so with a 16, there's nothing specific to the drugs. There's nothing specific to where they are getting the drugs. It is all pretty much related to the tavern. Like bill ledgers, like how much alcohol, like ale they're going through. It's just like,
I don't care.
It's just really boring, like billing information almost, that they are keeping tabs of. It's not anything of interest to your goal. And you don't even see, with a 16, you don't even see anything that is signed by Sasha. It's all fucking, I don't know. The dude's name's Torv. We'll just go with Torv, who is probably just like the tavern keeper of the Lady Luck Inn. So there's nothing that helps your cause in this desk.
All right. I'm rolling a stealth check. If I make it, it's for Brunier. If I fuck up, it's for Goxin.
I forgot.
8.
Oh no. Okay, who is this for?
Well, I'm just kidding. It'll be for me.
Okay, no, I don't care either way. I just wanted to know for the sake of the story.
It would be funny to tell Jeremy next session that he caused the fight, but he's just gonna be like, "What the fuck? I did some shit."
All right. So you have Claudia in the corner. You have a Zip who's now made her way to the halfway point in the room. You see her go through all of this paperwork, and Brunier, you're kind of like peeking your head out, like watching everything go on. And a Zip turns and she's holding the paperwork, and she just kind of gives you like no, there's nothing here. And at that moment, you don't realize how much weight you put on this door, and you lean onto it, and it just grinds open. And at that moment, you can see some of the guards begin to pop up. And you see the ones on the top bunks grabbing their daggers, and you see the ones on the bottom bunks spring up, and they're pointing at the door, they're screaming at you, They haven't quite noticed a Zip or Claudia, and you hear from the other side of the door a woman's voice screaming, "What was that?" And then we'll end there probably.
Not the tunnel door, right? From the other
from the
where
from
Zip
the
is.
from the wooden
Son of a
door.
bitch.
Yeah, from the wooden door straight across the room
Okay.
from a Zip. You can hear
Well-
a woman's voice yelling, "What was that?"
Yeah.
Should we leave it here for next time?
We should
No, this is
leave it
great.
here for
It's a great
next
spot
time.
to leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay, that's that would have been not good if I went to that door because she would have just been
you would have been solo.
yeah. Well, I guess it's a
Okay.
good